Right, we ready?
Born ready.
Specifically for this. There's a low life goal.
Hey, fuck you. I'm proud of myself.
No, you'd praise yourself, but if you were born to record a podcast.
Yeah, my parents were disappointed with the horoscope they received. Dance.
Are we actually ready?
Yeah, Dan, you can start.
I made it explicitly clear how ready I am.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Born ready. Been ready for years. Yeah.
Nearly 27 years.
Nearly 27 years? Wait, how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
Well, I'm nearly 28.
And you're a year older than me.
Am I? I thought we were the same age.
No, you're a year older than me. I'm a
Why?
baby.
Why did I think we were the same age and Dan was ancient?
I'm just
I mean,
just
that bit's
so
right, I am ancient.
I am so mature.
Wow.
Hello, and welcome to Hey, I Loved That Movie, the podcast where we rewatch the films we loved when we were younger to see if they still hold up. I'm Dan.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Helena.
And for this episode, we watched Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life.
Is it Lara Croft Tomb Raider or Lara Croft Tomb Raider 2? The Cradle of Life?
No, I think it's just Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life.
I called it Tomb Raider.
I feel like I've seen this one advertised as being on TV more, but I've definitely seen it less. And now I remember why.
Yeah, I definitely start watching this film a lot when it's on TV and then stop because I remembered the start, like, up until, I think, like, the Great Wall of China, and then after that I had no idea what was coming. It's like there's clearly, like, an ad break there where it reaches, like 10 o'clock at night or something, or 9:30, and I'm like, yep, that'll do.
Yeah, the rest of the film isn't really worth watching anyway.
No.
So, why did we watch this film? Who watched this when they were... Who can we blame for making us watch this time?
I mean, I've definitely seen it a couple of times, like, when it came out. I guess none of us loved this movie, so I've been down.
Look.
No, I definitely enjoyed this when it came out. I think I just had a big old crush on Angelina Jolie. And
I mean,
as previously discussed in every other Angelina Jolie film we talked about.
Somewhere she wasn't in the film.
That holds up in this. She's beautiful and I love her. Anyway, I definitely watched this and I was definitely a big fan of it when it came out. I remember I think that's why I was also so repeatedly like convinced I'd enjoy it each time I sat down to watch it, including this time.
Did you start out hopeful?
I started out really hopeful. I mean, immediately the illusion is shattered by the terrible animation and this, like, wedding in Greece that just kind of crumbles.
Yeah, the earthquake.
It crumbles by just insane shaky cam.
Insane shaky cam and badly animated rocks that then spell out Tomb Raider.
Yep. I love that opening.
When we did the first one, Michael, didn't you have a cutout of Tomb Raider?
Yeah, I did. I had a big cutout of Tomb Raider that I can't find pictures of. Not of Tomb Raider 2. Sorry, Tomb Raider Raiders of the Lost Ark. I can't.
The second one.
The second one.
Back in the habit.
Tomb Raider 2 back in the habit. Yeah, no, I didn't see this one as a kid.
Tomb Raider. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, never watched this as a child. as a small... I did, however, not like it.
As a child or now?
Now, well, I didn't watch it as a child. I don't think I've ever seen this film all the way through before.
Oh, wow. I mean, you're welcome.
Yeah, there was literally one scene that I remembered from this, and that's the SpongeBob in Chinese scene. I don't know why that's the scene I remembered. It's
because it's a much better show.
Yeah, I think I found that funny when I first watched it.
That is one thing that I would say has not held up well in this film, which is exactly how you'd expect, is the technology.
Yeah. I mean, the cool eye thing she has.
Google Glass.
Yeah, advanced Google Glass was in it.
Yeah. But so was the, like, dual flip phone, camera phone setup.
Yeah. And so, yeah, this film starts. Greek wedding has an earthquake. The cool opening credits that we need more of in modern film.
It really makes you think that it's going to be about someone at this wedding. And you're like waiting for Angelina Jolie to step out in a beautiful white dress or as a like dodgy looking bridesmaid or whatever. Maybe she'll be the priest. But
so
no.
That would have been cool. That would have been really cool, but no. It just happens to be an earthquake.
And they don't look like actors, if you know what I mean. It's got a very much these are just some Greek people having a wedding.
Yeah, it looks like they had an actual wedding and then they threw rocks at them.
We'll pay you more, we promise. We'll pay for the wedding to let us throw rocks at you halfway through.
We promise they're not real rocks.
My first line that made me go like, huh, was when they're talking about this, whatever it is. Oh God, who cares what the plot was? But it's like basically it's Alexander's library, we all know, burnt down, boo-hoo. But there's this other place where he kept his other stuff.
Yeah, the lunar temple.
That had been lost. And it was like, it's the greatest find since the pyramids. Mm-hmm. I'm like, mate, did we ever fucking lose the pyramids?
Yeah, we lost them for a bit.
Yeah. They're quite big.
I mean, the size of them is the only reason they're not in the British Museum, so...
Like tombs, yes, those were lost and then found, but I'm pretty sure like the pyramids have been pretty visible.
Kind of always known where they were. We maybe didn't know how big they were.
Just have to keep digging.
Yeah, I mean that's like why a lot of stuff was lost is because of sand built up. I think. I don't know that much about Egyptian.
Okay, am I an idiot? Yeah. Did we lose the pyramids?
I don't think we did.
No. I don't think we did. There was, a lot of tombs and stuff that were lost, but the pyramids definitely not.
I think we found certain pyramids. I think some pyramids we've kind of always known where they were. We as a species, some of them I think were lost. Smaller pyramids. We clearly paid attention.
The Great Pyramid of Giza didn't disappear down the back of the sofa for a bit.
But yeah, we did. So yeah,
it just struck me as a really strange line.
No, it did because
greatest find since the pyramids.
The story is
Actually, no, that makes sense. Hang on, she's a rich British woman. She probably thinks we did find the pyramids.
That's true.
By find, she means took money out of.
Mm-hmm.
Discover, claim that it is ours.
Yeah. But yeah, the plot of this is... The background to this is Alexander the Great had so much wealth that he hid some of it in this temple, the lunar temple. And it was lost to time, it was taken by a volcano.
It was lost to the sea and bad CGI sharks.
Yeah, it was lost to the sea. And then recently, during a Greek wedding, an earthquake happened that revealed it.
My big shaky Greek wedding.
Yeah.
And they go and explore it, and fuck it up because that's what Tomb Raiders do. Yeah,
she's like, oh, there's carving of a box, and I found this cool medallion, and there's also a cool ball. I'm gonna nick it.
I love the medallion. This is the prequel to the predecessor to the medallion.
Yeah, they really focus on it quite a lot, don't they? And then it's like, this is going to be important.
Nope, doesn't come up again.
This is the sound you have to make at the ball, so it shows you the slideshow of Africa.
Yep.
But she goes there, and then they go. I just want to say they go there and using the coolest motorized scuba underwater. What would you call them? Underwater jet ski things?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, they were pretty
water gliders. Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah.
No.
Because those were some of my favourite and also most frustrating levels were where you had those little scuba things and you had to go through the water levels.
I remember them, and weirdly enough, Crash Bandicoot will come up later.
But yeah, I don't know. I find those things very nostalgic, and also they're big and shiny and good, and then the evil people that followed have black tentacle scuba gear and are very clearly evil.
Yeah, they're the bad guys. They're the bad guys, so all of their scuba gear is black. Whereas Lara Croft is wearing a silver scuba suit.
Yeah.
Because she is good. and the main character.
And of course, the first thing they do when they get into this tomb, they don't,
Steal the
check
gold.
for gas. There's no canaries.
Nope.
Well, the canaries drowned.
They say, do not test how stable it is in there.
They absolutely do not. And they're like, oh, there's 2 bowls, and they light them on fire.
Immediately light them on fire, and then just start stealing
like-
gold.
Yeah, and then they're just shuffling in, and it's like, take some fucking photos. I know, like, we're in that awkward period where, like, no one has film anymore, but
Well,
digital cameras were shit.
She has a digital camera.
Yeah,
She's
but
recording
she
stuff.
is a traditional British archaeologist.
Yeah.
So she just has to take what she can. How else do you think she can afford that mansion?
Can you? But she isn't the one stealing it. The Greek guys are. But
Yeah.
can you imagine going down there
The
with
incredibly
like, a pack
disposable people
Yeah.
she brought with her.
you imagine going down there with like a round of film and a camera, just being like, hope it didn't get wet.
I mean, waterproof. I had waterproof disposable cameras when I was a kid.
I don't think you'd want to be using a disposable camera all the way. I don't even think it would. I think it would smash. Like that's
Just
a lot of
like-
pressure down there.
No, true.
Which, like, again, they're like packing gold and stuff into bags, and I'm like, when you bring that up to the surface, it's gonna break. Like, you have to be really careful with like getting things out of underwater places.
I mean, it is very clear that these guys have no idea what they're doing.
no idea.
No, I'm also now imagining like waiting for your pictures of the find of the century to be developed at a fucking Kodak or something. Like going to Boots to pick up your pictures.
Yeah, and then Tomb Raider does some flippy Tomb Raider-y stuff.
Yeah, she gets shot, but it just grazes her leg.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
shot
she's
with
like-
crossbows because, of course, the pressure.
Yeah.
It's a harpoon. The cooler crossbow.
Also, when like they might have to fight
It's
underwater,
just a
and you
crossbow and string.
can't use a gun to fight underwater. That would be stupid. Whereas the rest of the film makes perfect sense.
Well, I guess they
Um,
thought most people would be like, how did they keep the guns dry? But
Yeah.
they wouldn't think, how did they keep the harpoons dry?
Mm-hmm.
How did they keep this very obvious temple hidden?
Yeah.
The bad guy gets the orb and the medallion, and then the temple collapses, and then she's really far underwater and doesn't know how to get up, so she cuts herself and then holds a shark.
Rides a shark, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else are you
And-
going to do?
Did anyone else notice this? But the shark growls, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like in Jaws.
It's been a while
Like,
since I've seen Jaws.
In Jaws, they should have simply punched it in the face once, and then they could have ridden the shark.
Mhm. For some reason, since Jaws, sharks growl.
This movie definitely kind of reminded me that this was based on a video game.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, way more
It's-
than the first one. The first one could have been its own, just kind of like, fun
Adventure
action
movie.
movie. Yeah.
I feel like the first one was more fun,
Yeah.
and this one wasn't any less stupid.
But it
than
wasn't
the
as-
first
it
one,
took
but it wasn't
itself-
as funny.
It
Like,
took itself kind of more seriously.
Yeah, to its
It is-
yeah, it just didn't work.
It is incomprehensible. The story is
So
wildly
yeah, so
incomprehensible.
she gets to find the orb. The orb lights up. They steal the orb. She loses the orb. She gets a lift from a shark, and then washes up on a submarine.
Yeah, well, she starts an emergency beacon, and then, when the submarine was coming up from under her, because of the previous scene with the shark, I was fully like, if that was a whale, I wouldn't have been surprised.
She's going all out Jonah on everyone.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the whole film? That whole film.
I mean, that was the plan, but
throughout
I
the
don't
whole
know.
film.
Can we?
They only, probably not with this one, to be honest. Throughout the whole film, they refer to that thing as the orb. It only is ever called the orb. The map.
Well, what are they going to call it? The big glowy
The
marble.
key. Well, considering they're going after a thing that they're calling the Cradle of Life, you'd have thought the orb would have a different.
Yeah.
The
Well,
baby?
They could have called it the map.
orb.
The,
They didn't
you
know it was a map.
The
Well, like-
map to Pandora's box in the Cradle of Life.
It was
or
catchier than
some
orb. Okay.
Yeah.
Some other find some other mythological thing and be like, oh, that's what it is. Like the
I was
eye of some god or something.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting it to be like the apple or
Sauron?
something. Like, in Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed, that thing they're always after.
The Apple of
aren't
Eden.
they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was partly expecting that.
Call it something else. No, throughout the entire film, they're like,
Maybe
"Give
they
me
were
the
going
orb."
to it, and then Assassin's Creed were like, no,
Actually,
that's ours.
give me the orb is it's so funny every time it's said throughout the film because doesn't make any. They could have given it a cool name, and they just decided against it. So it was the medallion and the orb.
Nothing you've said so far, including the Adam's apple or whatever.
Yeah, the Adam's apple of Eden. No, but it's better than the orb. Like, things have cool when you have a cool item in like a film or like a TV show or something, you give it a cool name, not the orb.
Pandorbus?
Yeah,
Pandorb.
Pandorb. It is the Pandorb.
But like Pandora's key, Pandora. But even when they find out what it does, which by the way, it's a map to Pandora's box, which is in the fucking
Africa.
Cradle.
It's in stock footage of Africa.
Yeah. But they could have called it like the key or the map or something. No, they keep calling it the fucking orb.
Well, the whole point is that they don't. All they know about it is its orbiness.
It is an orb. I will give them that. It is an orb.
It's round and a bit speckled, but they don't know it's a map. They don't know it's a key.
But even after they find out it's a map, they keep calling it the orb.
Yeah, but you can't change its name after you've had it for that long. It'll get confused.
You can when it will get confused.
You know, it won't respond to the tricks properly, and you think you don't love it anymore.
It won't. Oh, I'm so mad about this film. Just little stupid things. I mean, if you're mad about the little stupid things, you're probably pretty pissed off about the massive stupid things, like the Great Wall of China.
The Great Wall of China scene is ridiculous. Just a speed run to get to that point.
Let's explain why they need to go to the Great Wall.
So the bad guy wants to release a deadly disease to everyone and kill loads of people for a reason.
Well, they say he doesn't care who's where, he just wants people to die. They literally say that. They say the bad guy's motive is he wants to kill people. He doesn't care who or why.
It's the same motive as the bad guy in Red 2.
He's
so
bad
stupid.
for the sake of being bad.
Yeah, he's evil because he's evil, and we don't want to explain anymore.
And
he's
he
also
wants
the
Pandora's
spitting
box.
image.
Yeah.
He's also the spitting image of my Year 9 biology teacher. Which
made
him less sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
expecting someone a bit more famous. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything
Yeah, we
else.
can't.
He's been in a lot of
like
he's done a lot of baddie, like small part baddie roles.
What, your biology teacher?
Maybe.
At one point,
I don't know his stage name. I never asked.
I thought it was the guy that plays Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2. It's not.
No, it's the guy.
So he wants to get Pandora's box to unleash diseases to people so they die, and so he's after the thing. And then Lara Croft somehow magically knows that the orb is probably a map and leads to the Cradle of Life so they can find it. She just has a whole exposition, and then she's like, I need this guy's help, and it's Gerard Butler.
Well, because MI5 are like, we need you to stop this, and we have agents on our side, and blah-de-blah-de-blah. And she's like, no, I want one guy, like Jeremy. It's a dumb
Terry
name.
Sheridan.
Terry Sheridan. And then they're like, no, we can't give you Terry Sheridan. He's a criminal, man. He's turned against us. He's evil. He's in prison somewhere. I did like about that scene when she's talking to MI5, when they get a phone, like they explain all this to her, and she's like, I'm going to go find it. And then they get a phone call, and they're like, under the Queen's service.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, well, now that I have your Majesty's permission,
I'll do it. Yeah, it's so funny. That's a good line. Because that's how I imagine everyone would react. Like, okay. But yeah, she needs to go get Sheridan Smith.
Yep.
Close.
And
enough.
so she breaks out Sheridan Smith, and then is like, we need to go to China, but they can't just go normally, so they use some sort of thing that's definitely going to be reported as a UFO.
They're after, is it the Shailin?
Yeah. By the way, Sheridan Smith is played by Jared Butler.
Yeah.
We forgot this. Jared Butler doing a Scottish accent.
He's from Scotland.
He just is Scottish.
Is that his actual accent? Because I couldn't work out where it was from originally.
That's his normal accent. I hope he has that accent in his new exciting movie, Plane. The best title reveal of any trailer for that fucking movie.
Yeah. I wonder how much they paid someone to name that movie.
It went
this action movie where in the first 10-15 minutes a plane goes down and then they're like held hostage and stuff. They're like, should we call it?
Yeah, I think he mostly doesn't use his. He's like McAvoy in that respect,
Right.
where like you might know him. It might be more jarring to hear him with his accent, like when American people hear Hugh Laurie.
Yeah. By the way, on naming films, some of them are named badly. Ratatouille was originally called Rat, so
Rat Kitchen.
it was just called Rat. Like, there's a video of the director talking about, and he's going, "It was just called Rat. We just called it Rat." Great.
Right, and then someone's like, "What about that famous dish?"
No, Rat.
Stew.
Oh, okay, that's not
Croc
the one I was
was
thinking
yours.
of.
What, Ratatouille?
I
about-
thought he
Stew
was.
Little.
I thought that he was what Jared Butler had been in Beowulf, but he was in a different one.
A different film about Beowulf.
Yeah, a bad
Mm.
one.
They've never been good. I've
Okay,
never
a
seen
worse
good-
one.
Yeah, I've never seen a good Beowulf film.
But yeah, I was going to say, because obviously Angelina Jolie's in the weird animated one.
Yep.
We should do that film sometime. I want to see it again.
We should finish talking about this film. Because we need to
Yeah,
get to it.
yeah.
So
This film is profoundly stupid.
they go to China, and
Yeah.
then they're like, we
With
need
Sheridan
to
Smith.
the bad guys. They've got their eyes on all the roads, so we need to use our motorbikes to get here, but we can't use the normal roads. And she's like, they don't have their eyes on all the roads, and then they motorbike along the Great Wall of China.
Because
And
famously, no one's paying attention to the Great Wall of China.
no, never. There's
On
no
her
tourists there.
Colour matching.
Did I bring this up in the last time we talked about Tomb Raider? Because I think this is something that's stayed with me for all of. This is my biggest beef with
the
Tomb Raider.
scene?
Is it driving along the Great Wall of China on a motorbike?
Yes, I've been on the Great Wall of China. It's all fucking stairs. You can't drive on it.
You can if you're good enough.
You can on that bit.
Yeah. Have you been to all of the Great Wall of China?
This scene is fucking stupid, and I don't think the reality of what the Great Wall of China is will faze them, because there are no people anywhere near it. And
I mean, that's fairly accurate for quite a big bit of it, I guess. But
the core reason they're going across it is because nobody is paying attention to it. She's like, well, we won't go the main road because people will be paying attention to them. So like, let's take the fucking landmark. Let's take one of the 8 wonders of the world.
I think so. What? Okay, so I've sort of reverse engineered this in the way I've talked about it. The reason I have beef about this is that I saw this film first before I went to China.
And you were upset because there was
And then when I went to China,
You didn't have a motorbike.
1, no motorbike, and 2, I was so excited to go, but it was all stairs, like all stairs, and I was so tired, and it was a lot, and they weren't like normal size steps either; they were like big steps, and like as soon as you've got to the top, right, you're at the top of the hill, you just go straight back down again.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go going down on a bike at that speed, that'd be painful. But not as painful as watching this film.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It makes me so mad. That whole scene is so frustrating because, why the fucking mafia, whatever's after them, are like, well, let's watch every road, and then one of them goes, maybe we should watch the Great Wall of China, and they're like, no.
Well, no one's going to drive a motorbike along the Great Wall of China. It's all stairs.
Who'd approach us from the Great Wall of China?
And why did we put our base conveniently near the Great Wall of China?
It's all stairs. We have to go up and down it so often. That's why no one was watching it, because no one wanted to go up the stairs.
Exactly. They've not invented a stair lift big enough yet.
Sorry, Helena. It sounds like we're taking the piss out of you at the stairs, but no, that does sound frustrating.
I mean, it just really set me up for thinking I was going to have a nice, chill walk, but no.
Yeah.
Unexpected cardio.
Still on the stairs.
I was 13, that, like...
Oh, yeah, no, that would suck. Like, if you're going to
I
the
was
Great Wall of
13
China...
and exhausted. It was a really intense trip.
Wait till you hear about the pyramids.
You can't think I've lost them.
Lost them. When they found them, they were disappointed because they're just big stairs.
Just a lot of
It's a triangle of stairs.
There's so many stairs. Sorry, we're not taking the piss, Helena.
I thought those were
Oh,
the
we are
Aztec
a little bit.
pyramids.
I mean, they're both basically like that. I mean, the Egyptian ones did used to have like the sort of coating on it to be smooth, but now they're just kind of stepped. So in the film, they go and there's a cave of terracotta warriors, and so they have a fight in there.
So
yeah,
there's another.
God, I do not remember that bit. There were like the terracotta army.
There's another incredibly stupid bit between then and the fucking Great Wall. A lot of this film is stupid. There's a point where he says we have to get captured. The only way to get to see them is to be captured by them.
Yeah. So what was the point in any of it?
Just
go anywhere in China, apparently, and say, I don't want to be captured by the Shaolin.
Yeah, and what was the point of him saying, we can't take the main roads, they're watching? Clearly, he wants to be caught. How do you reckon she convinced him to go on the Great Wall of China?
She's like, this will be fucking fun. We've destroyed enough monuments. Let's
I've
go
heard
for
it's
another.
really flat.
It's very flat.
What you don't hear is the sound effect of them just going. They go along it.
And then there's like the weird bike flirting scene as well that we just sort of skipped. That was really
all
surreal.
of the weird flirting in this is so bad. Like none of it's
so weird.
None of it's good.
Yeah, but she's
none of
got
it's good
to
acting.
flirt
There's
with...
no chemistry. There's even less chemistry than there was with her and Daniel
Absolutely
Craig.
no
She's got to flirt with the hunky guy, because then how are you going to be emotionally connected when she inevitably gets betrayed by him?
Yeah.
The guy who, on several occasions, says, I'm not going to betray you.
Yeah, that just means it's
a bit too much, really.
Yeah. So yeah, they get caught by the Chinese, whatever they are, mafia.
Yeah, and then they fight them so that they can know where the orb is and the medallion. And that's...
So they find out where the orb is, but they don't manage to capture it, but she puts a tracer on the tub that it's in?
Yeah.
Box?
Yeah.
And so they have a fight. Which is, like, the fight scenes in this film are better than... The action scenes are in general better than in the first one. It's everything else is far worse.
Yeah.
Everything else is far, far worse.
And there's also, like, a lot of slow-mo in this one as well.
A lot of slow-mo. It's a lot of slow-mo, there's a lot of weird animation.
There's a lot of bad CG animation.
Yeah.
There's a real case of where they've done it and it's not necessary.
Yeah,
but it's not good enough to not look like...
It looks like shit. It looks like shit constantly. And yeah, so I've completely forgotten what happens after that.
She fights them, finds out where the orb is, because she throws bits of bamboo at the guy and it like pins him to the thing, and then she uses an old like bayonet rifle to fight with.
That's it. That's kind of cool. I remember that being a lot when I watched it, like when I was a teenager. I remember that being a lot cooler than it actually was.
Yeah. So she does that, finds out where the orb is. The orb's in Hong Kong. It's like underground. They get it. There's like a whole shootout.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. We've got past the Great Wall of China bit, and I lost interest.
Yeah.
No,
I remember nothing that happened after.
Cool. So they've there's a shootout. They get it. They finish analyzing the orb. And then Gerard rescues her, and then they go to the top of the building, and she's like, "Do you have parachutes?" And he's like, "No, I have these wingsuits."
Better than parachutes.
Oh yeah, because this was early 2000s.
Yeah.
Everything had to be slightly cooler than normal.
And then I couldn't tell if it was like actual stunt people doing the thing, and they were told, "Do not in any way move your head or body." So that they can't tell that this isn't the actors doing it.
Yeah, probably.
And then they get to a boat, and then he just keeps on saying, "I'm not going to double cross you," and like, and then
I'm going to double cross.
Oh, well, hang on, no, right. I need to talk about this because it really bothered me at the time. So they start kind of making out, and they're doing whatever, and then she starts like just sucking his nipple, and then handcuffs in him, and I'm like, is that his weak spot?
Yeah.
That's his weakness.
Look, some people get real turned on when you touch their nipples. Real distracting.
What was the other film
people.
we saw that had a weird nipple thing in it?
We've watched a lot of films that have weird nipple things in it.
That's
Privately.
going to bug me.
Yeah, and then he handcuffs her and is like...
Yeah, she's like, why didn't you shoot the main bad guy? You had the chance. You're clearly working for him. And then she's like, no, I'm going to leave because I don't want to kill you because I love you, and it's like, fuck off. And then she
By
goes
the
and
way,
watches SpongeBob for a bit.
They're in love with each other. Never mentioned in the first film.
No,
She
of course not.
He's never even referenced in the first film. Because
It's
they
very
clearly
clear.
planned these
like,
films
it really
together.
feels like it was going to be Daniel Craig, and then he didn't want to do it, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
modified the script slightly.
Did he wasn't Bond at this point?
I don't think so, because when did this one actually come out? It was
2003.
So they got Jared Butler to play Sheridan
What was the
Smith.
first one that he did? Was it Casino Royale or?
I don't know. But this entire film is also audio replacement.
Well,
Everything, every line of dialogue has been dubbed over.
You mean SpongeBob isn't normally in Chinese?
That one is, but no, he's in Chinese. They dub it in English. But yeah, no, he's yeah, the whole film is dubbed and it's really irritating. There's like one scene that isn't, and I want to know what happened, why that one scene was not dubbed.
Run out of budget.
Well, because even in like when they're in a room, in just a normal room, it's dubbed. So I don't know what's going wrong with the audio. Like I get it when they're like doing the bike stuff because they have to dub that. They're just in a room. What the fuck went wrong? Also, magic is real in this universe, and I keep forgetting that.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird, isn't it? Like,
it's very strange when so I guess moving on. So yeah, we have the scene in China where is this the part where there's the dual phone thing?
Yeah, she phones the tech guy and is like, "This is the rest of the globe. Can you tell me where it is?" And
they were excellent comic relief in the first film, and just not used at all in the second film.
No, they
They
just
are
really
non-existent. They are comic relief right at the very end, and that's it.
Yeah. Literally like
They
the
should have
final
been used
shot.
more. Should have been used more.
Yeah, but the map doesn't. I was expecting it to like expand a mere globe and there's a dot on it and it's like this is where it is, but no, it plays a fucking magic slideshow of Africa.
Yeah. Imagine if you just like didn't know that was Africa. It just showed you these images.
He's reluctant to send her the file, and then it's because he's actually
the bad guys have kidnapped him.
They've got
the
bad guy.
Yeah. But she watches the magic video, the music video to Africa by Toto, and then is like, "Well,
it is just stock footage."
It is stock footage of Africa. Can you fully imagine her going, "I don't know where that was. I saw a load of it."
Oh fuck! It's at
She's
London
like-
Zoo.
She's like, "I know where it is," and then it ends, and she's like, "I have no idea."
I know where it is. India.
There was an elephant.
Yeah, no, it just ends on like a big lion, and she's like,
Clearly, it's Longleat
Indian
Safari
lion.
Park.
Yeah.
But she goes to Africa, and then Digimon Honsu is here, and he's a great actor. He was wasted in this. He should have.
Everyone is wasted in this.
Yeah. And then Gerard Butler gets out, and the Chinese kid's like, "She went to Africa," and he's like, "Okay."
Yep. Because
And then
that kid's got no loyalty.
and then they're told not to trespass on this place because it will flood the world with death if they do. And she's like, "Well, but I want to go find the box."
So I need to
well,
find
no,
the box.
she's like, "Oh, well, I don't want to find it," but then they're like, "You are going to find it because we're going to kill Chris Barry."
Well, she needs to find the box.
She wants to
stop
find
other
it
people from
so
getting
they
the box?
don't find it.
Yeah,
which
but
is
then
fair.
they find her first, and they're like, "Well, if you don't take us to it, we'll
Yeah.
kill your friends."
Yep. And then
she's all like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I definitely know where it is, and I'm definitely not going to lead you into the spooky part of Africa."
No, the spooky area of where it leads into, because like somehow, like, yes, there was magic stuff in the first one.
Yep.
But the first one still felt more realistic than this one.
Everyone got okay with the magic in the first one very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, in the first film, it
What is the magic in the first one?
There's like the moving statues and
There's
stuff.
stone
Like
monsters and stuff.
Yeah, Christ, yeah, it was actually
and also
pretty
at the
heavy.
end, it's about timer magic. Like, she brings someone back to life by reversing time.
Yeah.
But she's like, in the first one, it feels like everyone else is kind of getting to grips that there is magic in the world. In this one, it's like everyone's just like, yeah, there's magic. And like evil monsters. Get with the program.
We don't go here because of the horrible shadow monsters.
Yeah, obviously.
But
But yeah, I blinked and then they were in the shadow realm.
They're in the shadow realm.
And it's so dark.
It's so dark.
Just like the start of this film, which was also so not the Greek wedding, obviously, but the the Greek wedding that for some reason took place at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
No, the tomb at the start.
The tomb, yeah.
And this, both of them, I was like, just nothing.
Yeah.
Just some sort of shadows moving on the screen.
For being called Tomb Raider, there aren't many tombs being raided in these films.
No.
Because it wasn't a tomb at the start, it was a temple.
Yeah. She doesn't even
Don't do much
raid a
tomb raiding.
single tomb in this one.
Disappointment.
Instead, she raids a area full of dead trees, and then these weird shadow monsters start killing all the soldiers.
I
And
guess
there is
you
a
could
point...
call them tree tombs.
Yeah, the shadow, the thing that just pull people into the ground, which sounds like the rest of this film. The action scenes are a bit like, they're not like super graphic and they're not like super violent. They're just kind of like stock action scenes.
Yeah.
That scene where like the shadow monsters are pulling people into the ground is genuinely upsetting.
Yeah, to the point where they have a close-up shot of someone pissing themselves.
Yeah, it's just like screaming gunfire and people being yanked into, I assume they're long, painful deaths.
Yeah, and then she's like, don't move, they react to movement. But then she needs to put the orb in the thing
I
to
forgot they
open
were
the cradle.
velociraptor trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she needs to... The evil guy, by the way, evil villain biology teacher, survived somehow. I assume by standing still.
Yeah, he does kind of just let everyone else be cannon fodder for him.
Yeah. And then when she puts the orb in the hole, all the shadow monsters disappear and it becomes a pit. And then the Cradle of Life is just... It just looks like a bunch of like geodes and sharp rocks, and gravity's a bit fucky in there, and it was very disappointing visually.
Yeah, that is... The Cradle of Life was a big black hole, really.
Yeah, a big black hole, and then in it is a pit of acid that Pandora's box is in the middle of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume to keep it from being opened again.
Yeah. And then the bad guy wants it, and then they have a fight, and then he falls in the acid and dies.
Well, he's like, I think, Pandora was a woman and opened it, so you're a woman.
Oh, you should.
Just a reminder, folks, so you can open it. And she's like, yeah, all right.
She's like, all right. But yeah, he falls in, dies. Jared Butler.
Yeah, he's
does she open it? I can't remember.
No, she doesn't open it.
Well,
she doesn't open it. She shoves him in.
Yeah, they kiss, and he's like, I want to take the box, and she's like, don't take the box, and so she has to shoot him.
Yeah,
and then
but isn't there a bit where she looks in it, or is that just?
Yeah, that's
No,
just after. Yeah, she
opens
opens it
to
a
open
tiny
it, but
bit,
she doesn't look,
and then closes it again. Yeah,
she opens it a little bit and closes it because it would be hell. Again, I don't know why she's even like, ooh, I might.
Why would you even peek at Pandora's box?
Yeah.
Literally everyone along the way has gone, if you open it, the world ends.
Yeah.
Like,
just a smidge. just
how about if I just have a little peek?
Just a little scoochie whoop.
If I just have a little peek?
I didn't think it would count if I only looked a tiny bit.
And
I thought maybe only a tiny bit of the world would end.
She pushes it back into the Cradle of Life and then fucks
back
off.
into the acid and then leaves. And like, what do they do? Because now they've just got an open pit that leads directly to it. Like, are they going to fill it in with concrete or something? Or...
I assume it closes after they leave.
Because it only opened because they put the orb in it, but now the orb's disappeared.
Well, I assume they get the orb back and hide it somewhere else in the world.
Maybe, just lob it in the sea.
I know they tried that, it didn't work.
No, and then
space.
It's really funny because the two men, they almost get married.
Yep.
We haven't quite talked about the betrayal. I mean, I know that we said it was coming, but yeah, he's like, I want to take it back with us. This is worth so much money. And she's like, no, I can't do that. And he's like, really? After we came all this way? And then he's like, you can't do it. And then she shoots him in the tummy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh shit, she did it.
Yeah.
Again,
he's like, it's worth so much money.
It's like surprise Pikachu face.
He's like, oh, it's worth so much money. Again, as soon as you open it, you can't sell it to anyone, because as soon as they open it, world has ended.
Exactly. There's just disease and horribleness that comes out of the whole thing.
It's like, it's worth so much money. It's like, is it? Or is it just the weapon of mass destruction?
it's worse than a weapon of mass destruction, because like the idea of a weapon of mass destruction is you target it at someone to kill them. This you can't aim; it just kills everything everywhere. Like it's no one, like the only people that would buy it. You can't sell it to anyone because as soon as you sell it to someone, your money is worthless because you're dead.
Yeah. Even if you put it in a museum, what if some like dumb kid is like, "Oh, I'm gonna open the box"?
Yeah, what if the British Museum gets like tight on cash and decides to try and sell it?
Yeah. You can't sell it to anyone because your money is immediately worthless.
So did they think? So did he think that? I know that they've already said that my biology teacher was like a psychopath and was happy for everyone to die. But did he think that he could like control it?
No. No. He literally, his thing is he's a weapons dealer and he doesn't care who his weapons hurt. That's the only
I thought they were going to
try
and develop he was going to develop a way of using the box to like targetly.
I don't remember.
Somehow he survives and then rules the world, but there's no
on his own.
Yeah, he was saying that he wanted to like an antidote or something. Wasn't there a scene with the antidote where he kills certain people and?
Yeah,
that was to get them on his side.
Yeah.
He said to them, "If you're on my side, you take the antidote. If not, you're dead."
Yeah.
You're dead. Because it's magic. Like, it is the most powerful thing like in the universe.
Magic is just science we don't understand yet.
But it's the most powerful item in the universe. It is Pandora's box. Right? Like, it is
Just have a little peep, though.
Just a little peek. Just have a little look at the Pandora's box. Like, it is the most powerful thing in the known universe. It contains everything. All of hell, all of the worst things on the planet. If you open it, someone will die. Everyone will die. But what if we sell it for a lot of money? It made me so mad. It didn't make any sense. This is the macro stupid of this film.
Yeah.
The
Fancy
motive.
paperweight.
It is the deadliest paperweight.
I don't know. It's a conversation starter.
It's the conversation. Can I have a look in it? No.
No.
What's in the box? Nothing.
Just a peek. Just a little look.
Just a little look.
Or just someone thinks it's got truffles in it, like in Matilda.
Yeah. Big chocolate box. Oh, man. So this film... That's it. That's the whole film, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up, does it?
Oh, sorry. I interrupted you, Dan. So, yeah, she goes back and then they're having the two boys, the tech boy and Butler, are having like their hair and face done.
Yeah, they're having a nice time, and then she's like, "This is a wedding ceremony," and I was like, that is just the most tasteless, shitty joke to end the movie on.
Yep.
Like, it was already so bad, and then it just plummeted.
It's so bad, and they were going to make a third one, and Angelina Jolie turned it down, and
I mean, to be fair though, what were the stakes going to be if the stakes of this one was the world will end?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I hate this film so much.
It's a franchise killer. But no, it's not, because the franchise has been doing pretty well.
It killed this trilogy.
The newer Tomb Raider movie has a sort of similar plot to this, but is much better executed.
Much more thought out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in terms of what the thing actually turns out to be at the end and all that kind of thing. It was quite good.
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
I don't think they're ever going to make a really good Tomb Raider film.
No.
I just don't think it's ever... Because they're all a bit shit. Like, they're all... First one was fun. Like, it was at least fun to watch.
It's because the things that are entertaining and the stories that make a good video game don't translate well.
No, exactly. The fun things of the game like Tomb Raider is like solving the puzzles and all that kind of thing to actually get through.
It's actually pretty boring watching Gerard Way.
It's
Gerard
got all
Butler.
of My Chemical Romance that are in the two.
Gerard Way paying Sheridan Smith.
Yeah, watching people solve puzzles that aren't particularly hard because it's a film.
Yeah. It isn't fun.
It's not
fun to watch.
It's really boring.
Yep, and that's why I'm going to give this film 2 shots of a man pissing himself out of 10.
That was so weird.
Like, it's literally just a crotch shot and you can see piss coming out of the trousers. And I'm like, that is the weirdest choice.
I don't remember that.
It's like a split second in the scene where they're all being murdered by the shadow monsters. Yeah.
I mean, I don't not believe you. It's just that I was not paying attention by the end of this film.
I don't blame you. I wish I wasn't. I wish I'd have watched the other thing that came up, which was Ardal O'Hanlon Tomb Raider. That would have been more interesting.
That one's also got magic in it, though. It's weird.
Yeah.
No, that one he also pisses himself. But yeah, I think I agree with you. I think 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Stairs on the Great Wall of
There's
China.
more than 2. There's way more than 2.
2 out of 10 missing pyramids.
Yeah. 2 out of 10 orbs. I think, yeah, it's so shit. And I imagine it was good watching it younger because you have a very bad reference for what good films are. But fuck, this film is so boring and incomprehensible.
Yeah.
It's so hard to watch.
I mean, some of the bits that I liked that were very video gamey was like when she was waiting for MI... Well, not waiting for MI5, but but just before MI5 turns up and she's like horse riding while shooting targets in her estate. Because I was like, yeah, that's pretty sweet. If I had like an estate and stuff, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to set up really elaborate training programs.
Yeah, the upside down rappelling down a cliff shooting people as well. That was quite a like video gamey section.
So I was driving across the fucking...
yeah, the motorbike section and the underwater level. Yeah.
Do you have the same problem with Crash Bandicoot when they do the riding across the Great Wall of China on a tiger? Do you have the same problem? You're like, this isn't enough stairs.
I hate that level.
Because of the stairs.
I played that so much as a kid. Sorry, it doesn't give me really much memory because obviously it's one of the girl levels.
Yeah,
I wasn't allowed to play Tomb Raider because too violent. But we had Crash Bandicoot, and I like that one because you got to play as Coco.
Yeah,
but it's really frustrating and difficult when you're, I want to say 5.
Those games were difficult anyway.
I have been playing them on. I did get the trilogy on Switch.
They're difficult anyway.
But I did replay that level and was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna give I don't know, you guys have said all the good things. Cut this down while I think.
Well, out of 10. Yeah, not much. I mean, Greek wedding.
I'm gonna I'm gonna give it 3 Greek weddings out of 10. 3 growling sharks. The one extra point is just because it's Angelina Jolie.
That's right. And she is she does wear a bikini, a swimming costume at some point.
Does she?
Early in the film.
Yeah, she's got that silver.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a swimming costume. It's a wetsuit. No, it's skin tight, and there is nipple.
No, a bit before that.
I was there.
Oh yeah, when she's in the bikini on the jet ski. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No wonder you turned it off after that.
Yeah, the rest of the film she's covered up completely. It's ridiculous.
I know, right? And she doesn't have the big triangular tits, and it's just like, why? Like clipping through the wall as she rappels down.
There are so many shit things about this film that we could do the out of 10 of. There's so many bad things about this film. And I feel bad if anyone out there likes this film, but you really shouldn't.
If you do like this film, it's because you've not seen it recently. That's all. That's the only reason.
That's the tagline for this podcast.
Hey, you love that movie? You're wrong.
Yeah. With that, I've been Dan.
I have been Michael.
And I've been Helena.
You can find this podcast on Twitter and Instagram at HiltonPod. That's at HILTM Pod. We're on Discord as well, so you can come and tell us why you like this film, and then we'll tell you you're wrong. We also have a Patreon, so you can support the show. But what are we going to be doing for the Patreon this week?
We're going to go find the pyramids.
Oh, fuck yeah. I really want to go to Egypt. It would be great.
Wait, you know where they are?
Same.
Don't make me laugh, it hurts.
What? That was just my coughing. That's just how I cough.
sound like you're being fucking exercised.
Yeah, I make that noise when I've been on the treadmill for ages too.
Right, that's Dan has used his one pun for the episode.